So JD, we're here after the first game of 2025, a 1-0 win at home against Hemel. Give us your thoughts on that one.
Derby, scrappy at times, two teams. It was difficult, obviously, with the pitch to have build up between both boxes. So I think it was a typical kind of Derby fixture, if you like, and we managed to get a goal. I thought we scored a good goal. I thought it was well worked. And I thought the boys stuck to their jobs. We've kind of gone back the last couple really to being a bit more disciplined, having a bit more structure, a bit more shape to us, and hence the reason we've kept 11 men on the pitch. Boxing Day kept 11 men on the pitch on the day today, and we've picked up a couple of results. So it was a close game, obviously with Hemel coming over. Obviously Lee's gone in there and he's naturally obviously going to come in and put his stamp on it, and the way that Lee plays, lots of forward passes, lots of forward runners. You've got to defend your box really well when you play against them, and obviously with a new manager, they're going to have a bit of a boost as well. So they've got some very talented players. I think their front line is very strong. They can cause problems, but I thought defensively, considering the amount of people we've got out and who we've got injured, I've got to say I think defensively, I thought the boys were top. I think we nullified them too. I know they had a bit of a spell at the end of the game, but large parts of that game I thought we was in control without the ball. If that kind of makes sense of it. So probably typical Derby New Year's Day game. We've come on top. We've taken 4 points from the last two games now, so we've got to be pleased with that.
As you mentioned there, a little bit of a makeshift back three today again. How good is it that they've managed to marshal Ricardo, obviously was fantastic for us last year, and Brandon Barzi, who played for us a couple of years ago, both fantastic footballers. Great that they managed to sort of keep them quiet, I guess, today. Yeah,
that was always the kind of task really. When we trained on Monday, we said about how we can keep their front line quiet, because even the subs that come on, they're threats as they come on, and like I say, Rick and Barzi and Alfie, the ones that started, and Joe White backs them up, and the subs, they have got some really, really good attacking players, so considering we've got on paper one centre half fit, in Connor Stevens, and available to today and Boxing Day to defend how we've defended, credit has to go to those guys like Rolfie and Conor Roberts stepping in to kind of fill the gaps, if you like. But they've shown their experience, they've shown their know-how, and they've gone in there and they've defended their box really well. So we're pleased with that. I think we've got to tighten up in the forward areas. I think in a couple of times in the second half, we've got some really good areas in our final pass, our final slide, or final cross, if you like. We've just let ourselves down with that. So that's definitely something we've got to sharpen up with. But it's good, like I say, the last two, we've just kind of got back to, having a bit more of an identity about us.
Joe Grant's popped up with the goal just before half time. It's been a couple of weeks since Joe's found the back of the net for us, but he's still been great in recent weeks. How good is it to see? Because he was in a pretty good run of form at the start of the year.
Yeah, he had a really good run at the start of the year, and then I think his performance has dipped a little bit, which happens, and he's a very, very good player. He's great. He's a great lad. We love having him, coaching, managing him, and he found himself outside a little bit, and coming on. But again, every time he come on, he looked like he could cause problems, and I think he took his goal really well. It was a good build-up, good player van, to be fair, and Granny took it well. So it's great to see him get on the score sheet. But he's got to go and test himself now. I think he scored 5 or 6 goals at the start of the year. He's got 1 today, so he's got to try and back it up now and try and get some more goals and get on the score sheet.
And you mentioned obviously you've had a slew of defensive injuries and a suspension at the back. Could you give us a bit of an update on some of those players, like Case?
Yeah, Case he's had a knee injury. He went to Chertsey to pick up some games because he's a little bit indifferent start. I'm really gutted for Case. Someone like Case, what he's done for this football club. He's played for this football club for 5-6 years. He's our first signing as we come in. He's always stuck around us. He's been an absolutely brilliant player for this football club, and for him to pick up that knee injury is a real killer for him, and it's a killer for us as well, because how it's panned out, he would have come in and probably got a load of minutes now and play. So he's a blow. It looks like we're going to probably have an operation. So we won't see him for the rest of the year. But we've got to support him and get around him so we can see him again in the summer. And we've got Brownie. He's very close to a return. I think he's coming through the last stages. He's been out probably about a month now. I think Eastbourne was his last game. So we've got him. So he come back. Uppy got on the pitch today, which is good to see. I mean, Uppy we're in December now. Up hasn't played for 4 months. He's so in and out with trying to get his hamstring and back injury, but it looks like he's overcome that now, which is good. Jack Corley's serving the third game out of 5. Sorry. So he's another one that we need to try and get back. JC is still a groin problem, so I don't know when. I don't think we'll see him soon. I think he's going to be a good few weeks away before we see him back on the pitch. And Callum's a bit of a funny one. Callum, his hamstring is just been a bit tight recently, and I know he played Duncan and he's had to come off. But we just said, look, we've got to think of a bigger picture with Callum. He's a massive player for us. We probably could have wrapped him up and forced him on the pitch today, but then if it then turns into a big injury, we've got bigger problems. So we've taken him out today. We're going to assess him next couple of days, and hopefully we can get him on the pitch for Farnborough. If not, then we'll have to wait for the week after with Callum as well. So I think the last one is Goody. Goody looks like it's got another month of recovery. So just listing all those there, it's just crazy how how quickly the season can turn, and having 6 or 7 not available, and still putting in performances like Boxing Day and putting in performances like today. Incredibly proud of the boys.
Obviously, we've welcomed Matt Lynch to the club, back to the club, I guess. It's five appearances for us when he was 19, playing with Rolfie. What's he going to add to the group?
I think he's going to have definitely his know-how and a bit of experience and a bit of calmness. I think at times that we can be a bit rash at times, and we just need someone to make that extra pass and just to make that extra decision. We got on for 20-25 minutes today, and you can just tell he just gives you, just gives you that solid decision making, if you like, in a central area. So, and obviously with the squad being light, it was an opportunity for him to come in and come and make a claim. I think it's good we've got to bolster the squad. We've got lots of games coming up. I think we've got 2 January Tuesday games. So we need to improve the squad, and he'll definitely improve us. And let's hope we can get him on the pitch, get him some minutes, and let's see what we can do.
And today's the last game of the first half of the season for us. We've got 32 points from 23 games. A return we'd probably have been happy with at the start of August, but maybe not happy with given the run we've just had. How do you assess that first half for us?
Probably spot on, really. I think we have started the game fairly solid, even though the first couple of games didn't go our way. But I think our performance levels were high, and we was getting a good point return. We definitely obviously gone through a little bit of a sticky patch, just with obviously the red cards and the injuries and player availability, and we have we picked up a few defeats in a row, but I think that does happen in the season, and obviously recently our recent couple of games we have got some points. So I think how we're going to look at this is, if we return the same point return back end of the season, we're going to finish mid-table. What's our ambitions as a team, as a management team? I think we need to assess. I think we need to learn quickly how unforgiving this league is. If you don't play well, you do get punished. So I think if we can learn those sooner rather than later, then I believe we can pick up more points in the second half of the season. I don't think there's anything to say why we can't do that, but we've got some very tough games coming up. Like I said before, we just got to keep chipping away, and I think we just try and put as many points on the board as we can, and let's see in a couple of months just see where we are.
As you say, the tough games keep coming. We go to Farnborough on Saturday. I think they currently sit in the playoff positions before kick-off of the 3 p.m. games today. An opposition we came up against a couple of times at step 3. Yeah. They've been at the level a couple of years now, and they seem to have gone on leaps and bounds in that time. Really good squad, and what are you expecting there Saturday?
Really tough game. I think they've recruited ever so well in the summer. I think it's another challenging forward line where we've got to go and defend well. It's always tough in terms of the settings and the surroundings. The size of the pitch, and like I say that what they've recruited there, they've done really well. It's almost they got promoted before us, 3-4 years before us, and they've kind of settled into the league, if you like, and it looks like they're having a bit of a push for the top end places. So we need to go there, and we need to make sure we're very hard to beat, make sure we defend our box really well. A little bit like today, where we go and really put in a shift, and we make sure our transitions are really, really important against them. And if we do that, then I think we've got a chance to win the game.
Thanks, JD, and we'll speak again Saturday.
Thank you.